Welcome to the Altitude Show. This is Elevation Journal number 12. I can't believe I've been doing this for 13 weeks, I think, because I missed a week. I love doing these journals. It's therapeutic for me too, so I hope you guys find value in them. This show is now presented by Mountain Tough Fitness. I'm so stoked to have this deal done with them. I've been using Mountain Tough Fitness. It's an app-based fitness program that has totally changed my life. And I want to tell you guys a little story. So several years ago, when I lived in Bozeman, Montana, a guy named Dustin, one of the founders of Mountain Tough, asked me to join a small group of people to test this new program on. And originally, it was designed for backcountry hunters to improve their fitness. Backcountry hunting, as most of you know, is incredibly demanding on your fitness. But more than that, it was around mental toughness through fitness, which I'll get to in a second. But anyways, I did this first class, and it was the hardest workout probably by a factor of 10 that I'd ever had. It was absolutely an ass kicker. And I did this program for a few weeks, and then my life changed, and I stopped doing it, which I should have never stopped doing it. Anyways, long story short, about 6 months ago, I've been following their story ever since. The company has grown like crazy. They now have a big facility in Bozeman where they film all the programs for their app. So they've been really successful. Anyways, I saw Dustin here about 6 months ago at Sheep Show in Reno, Nevada, and I helped them with a seminar, and we talked, and I realized I need to start doing that again. I'd kind of, like a lot of us do, I was so bored of what I was doing for my fitness. I had just stopped drinking. I really wanted to get a handle on it. I had just started jujitsu. I wanted to become stronger. And what was I doing? I was like riding a bike 30 minutes a day, and that was about it. No weight training, nothing significant. And I was kind of healthy. I wasn't obese or anything, but my potential was far, 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 far away. Anyways, I started talking to Dustin. I'm like, hey man, I loved your program when I lived in Bozeman. I wanted to give that a shot again. And anyways, so they got me set up on the app, and I started doing what's called because they have different programs for different levels, right? They have this thing called Minimum Gear Daily, which they post a video every day, and every day it's different, and then every day it goes away. And it's about usually between a 30 and 45-minute workout. And it's sort of in the same realm as maybe a HIIT workout. It beats the crap out of you in a good way in a short period of time. So like if you're like me, who has multiple jobs and I'm constantly busy, I can go hit my minimum gear daily and be done for the day and feel good about it. And usually I'll tack on some cardio also later in the day, but we'll talk about that some other time. So anyways, I started doing this in addition to my jujitsu and my normal cardio training. And it usually only requires 1 to 3 things. Like some days it'll be like a kettlebell, a dumbbell, and like a step up. And I'll use like a Yeti cooler or an archery target. Or a lot of times it'll require a pull-up bar, but very minimal. It's designed for people that have a home gym like I do, this specific part of their program. Anyways, what I started to see is my calorie burn doubled on average. My body started to actually show signs of being in shape, meaning I had a 6-pack, or at least start of a 6-pack for the first time in probably, I don't even know, 20 some years. I started to feel more stronger, more confident, more energy. I didn't need as many naps. And what I realized was I wasn't actually ever really pushing my body because I wasn't going to a gym. I didn't have a trainer, and I would do like these pretty easy workouts. But by having this app that I constantly go to every day, and having the instructors on there actually take me through something that's designed for the thing that I love to do the most, which is hunting. It just made so much sense, and it's totally changed my whole perspective on fitness. So fast forward here about a month ago now. And if you guys have been listening to the podcast, I was out there at their offices, and I did their probably one of their more advanced workouts, which took about an hour and 10 minutes or something like that. And then I did a podcast with Dustin, and hopefully you guys have listened to that. But and then I realized I've been doing this minimum gear daily, which is great, but now I'm ready to bump it up. I want to push myself even more. So now I've been doing their backcountry prep workouts, which are generally about an hour long, and they do require more equipment, but you can sub out things. And I think this season I'm going to be in the best shape probably of my life, including my late teens and early 20s, because I'm not drinking. I have a great diet. I'm pushing my body and my mind further than ever. And it's all thanks to this Mountain Tough app, my relationship with Mountain Tough. So here a couple months ago, I'm like, hey guys, we should work together. I believe in this product authentically. I've already been talking about it. You guys don't sponsor me. And long story short, we formed a relationship. They are now the presenting sponsor of this podcast, which I highly appreciate. And I love it because I was going to talk about it anyway. So it makes sense for me. One of the things that Dustin says, and I'm paraphrasing, but he says, it's not about looking fit. It's to be fit. And when you're fit, the rest of your life improves. Looking fit is one of the benefits of being fit, but it's not the point, because then that's kind of a shallow goal. I mean, who are you looking fit for? Yeah, sure. If you're dating, you want to look, and who doesn't like to look great? You want to be sexy for your partner or whatever. That's all great and fine. But to be fit actually improves all the areas of your life. You have more energy. You have more confidence. Your mental strength improves. You gain more resilience. You gain more endurance. You learn about time management and discipline. Fitness is much more than getting a six-pack, folks. Fitness is about it helps you improve the rest of your life. Most importantly, it helps you be more mentally tough. Because 80% of the time when I'm getting ready to do these workouts, my mind is screaming that it does not want to do it. I'm tired. I've had a bad week. I've had a bad day. Kids, sports, whatever. But the more times you push over that hump, the more tough your mind gets, and the more tough your mind is, the easier it is to stand up to the actual challenges and setbacks in your life. So yes, you are training your body, and yes, it is cool to look fit and be sexy or whatever you want to be. But the most important part is it improves all of your life and makes you a stronger person altogether. And that's why I love how much this program pushes me. I can't wait to start their Backcountry 2.0 program, which launches next week, because I want to go into the mountains stronger than I've ever been this fall, mentally and physically. So with all that said, Mountain Tough is amazing. It's an app-based fitness program. You guys should all go download it or go to the website right now and check it out. They have something for everybody. There's an on-ramp program if you're older, or if you're really out of shape, or you just want something easier to ease into it. They have something for you. If you're an elite mountain hunter and you think you're the toughest dude ever, try their programs that really push you, man. Because I think I don't think you're as tough as you think you are once you start trying these things, and it'll help push you and make you better. Because don't you want to get better? Anyways, go to mountaintough.com or look up the Mountain Tough app in the Apple Store or the Google Store or whatever phone you have. And then you can use my code Dave for 10% off at checkout. I think if you actually do it, not just let it live on your phone, you actually make yourself do it every day, no matter what level you're at, it will change your life. So go check that out. And thank you to Mountain Tough for partnering with the show. And we're going to have a lot of fun together. All right. So this week I launched a show with Remy Warren, and it was awesome. I've been trying to get Remy on the podcast for a while, but he's a busy dude. And Remy is obviously one of the most well-known hunters in the world. He's been on Rogan several times. He's all over the internet. He's a guide, an outfitter, a writer, a podcaster, a new father. But like I said on the podcast, he's just a damn good dude. So I wanted to run through the top 4 takeaways I had from that podcast that I did with Remy, and then we'll wrap it up and head into the weekend. So, number 1, this is your life. It's finite. You are going to die. Dark, but true. And when you are laying on your deathbed, you're going to realize how fast it all went by. You need to, if you have something you really, really want to do that you're passionate about, if you can make it make sense, meaning like not make your family homeless or whatever the dynamics in your life, but especially if you're young and you have something you really, really want to do and you're willing to give it all to do it, Remy is a great example of that. All he ever wanted to be was a professional hunter. It's the only thing he ever wanted to do. And everything he do, every day, every baby step, every inch that he took towards that was a step towards that goal. And look at him now. He's created an amazing life. He hunts all over the world. He has a good family. And he is an example of constructing your dream life. Doesn't mean it's been easy or that it happened overnight or there hasn't been struggles and all the things, but he did it successfully. He literally makes money hunting all over the world. Like, that's pretty cool. If you're a hunter, I hear it all the time. God, I wish I could go hunt out of state or do this or that. Here's the news. You can. You can. You just have to prioritize it over going to the bar or, buying the next level Netflix subscription. You can save money. You can make whatever thing it is happen. You just have to take the steps to make it happen, and you have to allow enough time for it to happen. But especially if you're a young person listening to this podcast, please listen to me. You can do whatever's in your mind with enough time and enough discipline. Period. End of story. You can do it. You live in the most amazing world that's ever been created. Go do it. But don't be impatient. Okay. Remy's a good example. Look into his story. Number 2, Remy has managed to do that without a reputation of rolling over people and being a douchebag. This industry, and every industry for that matter, is full of people that try to get to their goals in the wrong ways. And this industry is highly competitive, and it has a dark side that I don't need to talk about a lot, but Remy has managed to become a really well-known hunter, also while being highly ethical, looked up to by every side of every story. And he doesn't tear people down. He wants you to be successful. If you want to go out and hunt a doe, he's going to be the first person to cheer you on. If you want to learn how to try to kill a 200-inch mule deer, he's also going to be there to cheer you on. If you want to hunt with a crossbow, even though he doesn't personally want to hunt with a crossbow, and it's legal where you live, he's going to cheer you on. If you want to hunt private land, public land, it doesn't matter. He does what he does, and he wants you to do what you do, as long as it's legal and ethical and all those things. He's not an insecure sort of narcissistic hunter that we see sometimes in this industry that has steamrolled their way to the top, and that's gross. He really is a good, genuine person, and he's really intelligent. So, number 3, there's a lot of flack out there right now for influencers. Influencers ruin everything. Influencers that. He is an influencer. He influences a lot of people. He's got over 200,000 followers on Instagram, thousands of followers on YouTube, et cetera, et cetera. But he's willing to share information that is accessible to anybody and valuable to anybody, no matter what level of hunter you're at. And if you are a hunter in today's day and age, I don't care what you say, you have benefited from influencers. And I would also argue you might be an influencer yourself. Actually, I would bet you probably are. And you're going to say, no, I'm not. I'm not even on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It doesn't matter. Do you have a friend? Do you have 5 friends? Do you have 10 friends? Have you ever said, hey, friend, you should use this product. I use it. Oh, you have said that? Or you shouldn't use this product. I don't do that. Well, that's pretty much the definition of an influencer. There's different scales of it. Obviously, Remy has a large following, but there's a lot of bashing of people like Remy. And I think we've all benefited from people like Remy sharing information. You can't make the argument that you're a modern day hunter unless you've never turned on the internet or read a book or listened to one of your elders or talked to somebody at the archery shop or read a magazine or listened to a podcast or been to a forum or watched YouTube that you haven't benefited from someone sharing information. If you are that person, you've lived in a cave or in a cabin in Alaska with no service and you're just emerging in 2023. Like, come on, guys. We've all benefited from people sharing information. It doesn't mean that all the information that has been shared should have been shared. It just means that we all benefit and ride on the backs of the generations before us and those that are willing to share information. It's easy to bash, but it's really hard to get away from. So maybe it's okay. I think it's great. I know that I did. I benefited from Larry D. Jones, Will Primos, Jim Shockey, Jim Zumbo, Fred Bear, Howard Hill, etc., etc. The list goes on and on and on. My dad, my local archery club, my local archery shop, the game regulations, Eastman's magazine, Bowhunter magazine, like it's just part of that's part of us as humans. We are constantly sharing information, and that's okay. All right, so he's an influencer, yes. Is that bad? Absolutely not. He's a great influencer for us to have, and I think we should celebrate it. All right, number 4, specifically on the hunting side. The number one takeaway that I have gotten over the years from the best hunters in the world, and this is also my opinion that I've had for a long time, is the best way to become a better hunter is to learn inside and out the species that you are hunting. You can be the best shot, be in the best shape, be in the best area with all the best equipment and all the best magazines. If you don't know your species inside and out, you are going to fail. 90% of elk hunters do not feel their tags. So, Remy's advice, along with Randy Newberg and many others, is, in mine, learn the species inside and out. Before you do anything else, learn it inside and out. Why does this animal act the way it does? Where will it be when I'm hunting it? Why is it there? What does it need to survive? Why does it make the decisions it's going to make? Where's its vulnerabilities? Where's its strengths? And then go into all the other things you're going to do, and then you're going to be a lot more effective. So that was one of the things he emphasized in the podcast that I thought was pretty valuable. All in all, it was an amazing conversation. I hope you guys go listen to it. You can find it on YouTube, the full episode plus a bunch of clips, or you can just listen to it just like you're listening to this one. Remy has an outdoor class out on mule deer hunting. Mule deer hunting is one of the most aspirational hunts there is in the West. Finding a big mule deer is extraordinarily difficult. He has a whole class on it. Go to outdoorclass.com, use my code altitude for 20% off. For not very much money, you can learn from one of the best mule deer hunters there is on how to kill better mule deer. Go check it out. Also, while you're at it, support Peaks Equipment. We just launched the Solitude 4 teepee. If you haven't hunted in a teepee, you should give it a shot. It's pretty cool. More headroom, lighter, less parts. You have the ability to have a stove. They're gaining a lot of popularity, and there's a reason why. You can use my code altitude for 10% off the teepee or anything else. All right. Last but not least, gohunt.com. Anything you need from research to gear, I use it all the time, especially researching for the fall, whether that be their draw odds or their filtering 2.0 when I'm studying specific units, or their gear shop to see the latest and greatest gear. You can use my code altitude for a discount on any and all of that. Become an insider, get a discount. Buy in the gear shop, get a discount. Use the code altitude. Actually, last but not least, stealthyhunter.com. Stealthy Hunter Nutrition are the supplements that I use. They're more naturally based, not a lot of weird ingredients, super healthy. I love their CBD products. I love their protein. Actually, there hasn't been anything I've got from them that I don't love. Go to stealthyhunter.com, Stealthy Hunter Nutrition. Use code altitude for a discount. All right, guys, I am out next week. I will not be doing a journal next week. I am out of the country. I will be putting out my episode with Randy Newberg, which I just recorded this morning. That'll be out Monday morning. I hope you guys all enjoy it. I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend and week. And thank you for listening and supporting the show.